Did you know that there are still 6 more classes waiting to be released? Today we're taking a look
6
at those
more
classes so you know exactly what's coming. There is no exact release window for them yet though, but I do expect it will release relatively fast after the launch in the West. We're starting off this video with the Destroyer class. This is a warrior class who uses a massive hammer, personification of its hammer time, bonking.
The Destroyer looks cool.
Ahead with that massive thing. This class is somewhere in between the Berserker and Gunlancer gameplay-wise, in my opinion. Being tanky with a good amount of shields, big hitboxes, and good damage as well, but they can feel kind of slow and kind of clunky. Most attack animations can take quite a while, and you'll spend a lot of time charging.
I don't know if I want to play
this.
this.
And it does feel really bad if you miss your attacks after what feels like charging.
I don't want to play this actually.
Therefore, though, most destroyers use this super.
That animation lock looks crazy. And after doing Abyssal Dungeons today,
well, by the way,
imagine playing this dude on the second Raid Guardian boss. You can't do shit. Not official, but it's classes that are out in Korea. Okay.
As well, by the way, that focus more on non-charging attacks. So this class can be flexible, but hey, those charging attacks do usually do like quite a bit of damage. The Destroyer class
is cool though.
Has 2 types of skills: blue skills that generate cores and purple skills. Cores generated can be used for shields or to buff the damage of your purple skills. This class can be pretty tanky because of this mechanic. They also have big AoE attacks, and due to their higher damage and tankiness, they work pretty well in.
I like how the hammer glows.
Impairment, which can whittle down purple.
That's so cool.
Fighting boss monsters quickly. Once that bar is depleted, the boss monster will be stunned for a while. Super useful if you want to bring that to your party. Next up, we have one of the newer martial artist classes, the Lance Master. This class also has 2 types of skills. There are 2 different stances for lances. This class uses either a spear or a polearm. At least I think that's what they are. I'm not a weapon expert. Similar to the Gunlancers, you can.
I might have to save my power pass for one of these classes. I still don't know what I want to play for an alt.
Swap between them, and she has different skills for each of them. From her identity skill, the Lance Master also gets 3 different gauges to fill up when you attack enemies. They fill up passively, but when you start whacking those monsters, you'll fill them up a lot quicker. And every time you swap your weapon, you'll get a buff depending on how much your gauge was filled up. So ideally, you want to fill up your gauge completely, all 3 of them. Swap weapons, get a buff, fill up the gauge again, and swap again for even more gains. She has quite a bit of crowd control and a ton of flexibility because you can switch between her stances. She has both close and long range attack, and I think she fares well in PvE and not too bad in PvP either, but she does need to attack constantly though to make sure that she's always fully buffed up by swapping weapons and filling up those gauges. Therefore, there is a bit higher skill ceiling to this.
Yeah, she looks pretty hard.
She has plenty of mobility skills also, by the way, so she can just move around quickly to reposition herself and just keep attacking. Actually, you want to know something interesting? The Founder Pack trailer actually already showcased the Lancer class, so could this be the next class coming to the West?
Oh. Spoilers.
And the 3rd class I want to go over in this video is the Reaper class. This is the 3rd female assassin who also uses daggers. And this class has 3 different kinds of skills.
A Reaper?
Harvest, Shadow, and Raid skills. The first 2, Harvest and Shadow, fill up a green stealth gauge and a red chaos gauge. When using the green one, you can create shadow clowns that can be controlled kind of like Shadow Partner. And it provides buffs as well, similar to the red chaos gauge, which provides a crit chance, damage, move, and attack speed buff.
Look at how fast they are. Oh, look how fast they are. Ugh, Gunlancer on that boss is so annoying. I couldn't stand still for a second because I'm so fat and slow.
Though, by using your Shadow and Harvest skills, and if you fail to do so, you'll have to refill it.
She's so fast. I need to play that.
This class is actually very squishy and has a pretty high skill ceiling and relies a lot on back attacks. I mean, it's an assassin after all. So understanding boss mechanics is a must when you want to play this class. It can't just face tank everything like the Destroyer or Gunlancer. Actually, this is also the class when I was doing my research for this video that I found some very negative articles and comments about. But hey, you know what? Screw that. So let's play whatever you enjoy. Next up is a class so new, it was only released a month ago in the Korean region, the Artist class. This is another supportive class, which skills that can boost the movement speed of our party members, as he can provide shields and buffs as well. She seems to be very AoE focused with big range attacks, and in my opinion, look amazing. Those ink attacks look bloody awesome. She also has a new
that is pretty cool.
Teleportation. She can actually place down portals, and party members can use those to.
Okay, this seems kind of busted. Portals and movement speed is huge in any game, right? There's a reason why Lucio in Overwatch was broken, not because of his healing, it's because of his movement speed. And she's got portals. You know how crazy that's gonna be on fights? Certain raid fights, you can just negate mechanics because you can just take a portal and just completely dodge it.
Escape trouble, you'll teleport then back to the Artist. She also reminds me quite a bit of Bard from League of Legends because he can place down healing orbs which other party members can grab. She can also pick
Okay.
mobs to generate shields. She's a really nice supportive class in general.
I want to play a support.
Like both other supports though, she doesn't really excel at dealing damage compared to the non-supportive classes, but she can hold her own while getting to level 50 at least.
That's so
Next
cool.
up we have the Scouter class. If you're a fan of Iron Man or like Marvel movies or any other mecha related things, then this is probably the class for you. This Futuristic Gunner class is a long-range DPS class with plenty of skills to get you out of dangerous situations. They have a drone flying around that attacks witches.
I don't know, it's just not my vibe. I don't know. I feel like in this universe it just doesn't make sense. I don't know, maybe that's why I'm not playing a gunner. It just looks like stupid. It just looks like a 5-year-old fucking designed this class.
And generally speaking is one of the easier to play classes. And honestly, the best part of this class is when they
I don't know.
their drone as some kind of Iron Man power suit, giving this class
It's all subjective, right? It depends on the person, but for me, I mean, it looks kind of cool, but I'm not into the vibe of the class.
new skills,
but maybe it is fun to play.
And even more firepower, and plus lasers, and who doesn't love lasers?
That's pretty
This
sweet.
kind
Those
of similar to the Shadow Hunter, I suppose.
Those
Honestly, though, I
lightsabers.
think this class looks amazing, and once it's released, I'm definitely gonna go try it out for one of my ults. The amount of destruction and quick spells just seem really fun. Next up is the Arcana, which is a class that you'll love if you like.
I want to play
build
this.
RNG into your gameplay. This class uses special cards and a card deck to deal damage.
I want to play
She's a
this.
mage class that deals fast DPS and
I was gonna play this, but I didn't realize it wasn't coming out in NA.
buff herself based on the card she pulls from her deck, which is totally random by the way. She's considered a hard class to master, and her ability to pull different cards from her deck for different buffs can make her a bit of a wild card.
It's like, have you guys seen Hunter x Hunter? I'm fucking rocking the shirt right now. It's like Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. This is totally my alley, dude. You can do some crazy combos, I think, too. You can like cast like 2 ults in a row if you get the right cards or something. I was checking out some guy play this.
And while she lacks defense, you can move around pretty quickly to avoid damage and dish it out herself. So if you want a bit of a more RNG focused game style,
RNG is tough. Yeah, this is the Hisoka class. This is why I identify with, right? But RNG is... I don't know, it depends. If the whole kit's RNG, that's kind of lame, but... Because RNG, it's like good luck or bad luck. Either you pop off, or you just like get unlucky.
then for sure check out this class once it is released. And the final class that is still releasing is one that we already saw in the closed beta, but was replaced with the Sorceress class. The Mage Summoner class is still expected to make its return.
Oh, the
at some
Summoner,
point.
okay.
The Summoner is an easy-to-play ranged DPS class that can summon pets and use elemental.
It depends how good the AI is. Right? Because if you played Mage, or especially Hunter and WoW, the AI is terrible. Your pet will they'll be fighting the boss, and your pet will be in the corner or something, and then you have to write specific macros for each pet ability because the AI is slow and it's not good. And then you won't need your... There was so many keybinds I needed as a hunter in WoW just to control my pets so he wouldn't die. It was just... Then some fights it was just a nightmare because the boss went into the sky. And then you do a Nomergon and then your pet just runs through the whole dungeon, pulls every single mob, you know? So it depends on the AI of this game. I'm not sure how it is, but... If it's good, I might check this class out too.
Attacks to deal with her enemies. She has a massive area of effect attacks with big hitboxes.
Hunter x Hunter, my favorite anime. Sadly, never got the end of it. I actually started rewatching it recently, but I got to like season 6 and I stopped. I have to rewatch it, I guess, or I have to watch season 6. I know it's short.
And she
I thought it kind of ended, right? I don't remember.
Let her pets deal with other players during PvP.
A Necromancer class, that would be cool.
Micromanagement involved there, but
like an undead summoning zombies
for new players.
and skeletons.
Like go fight a boss and deal some damage, while you yourself can focus on learning the boss attack patterns or just avoiding attacks. This class does suffer from low mobility like most mages, but does have some self-shielding at least. A pretty easy to get into class and great one to get started out on once she gets released again. What do you think of those classes? Let me know in the comments, and are you going to wait for one of them as a potential main? There is no set timeline yet when those classes are going to be released. Perhaps every few months a new class will be dropped. I don't expect it will take like 2 years to get all the classes into the game. And that was all for today. As always, many thanks to our members making this video possible.
Okay. That's it. Those are cool. I want to play what? Potentially Summoner. Arcana for sure. Don't want to play Scouter. Artist, I think the artist is going to be really strong just based on his description of it. Reaper, Lance Master, pretty sweet but hard. And then Destroyer, no way, Jose. No way.